Everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Today I'm sharing a very special flip through of our spring break album from this past year. So if you'd like to see what I did, stick around. What's up, friends? It's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this video. Today's just a bonus. I wanted to share a flip through of my completed spring break album. This was my very first time working in this size. It's just a little teeny tiny cutie from Ali Edwards, and I bought it on sale and knew I would use it for something. So I decided to put our spring break in here. So I just labeled the side using Ali Edwards stamps here that are basically designed to stamp your spines for all of your albums. This is basically like a traveler's notebook size on the inside, but on rings, if that makes sense. So I was very excited to try this out. It's a Mod Podge of using tons of different stash items. I'll try my best to let you know what items I used from what collections or where I purchased things, but since this is like an amalgamation of a lot of different collections and things in my stash, I may forget and or just don't know. So feel free to ask me any questions about anything I share here. Leave those comments down below. So this is a photo I took on our trip down to Pennsylvania. My husband had to go for work and we tagged along. He was really generous and decided to plan this. He got a promotion a while back and had to make a special trip to go now that he's sort of like the highest up or one of the highest up in his division, particular division at work. The next highest up management is in Pittsburgh. So we tagged along on this trip. So I used these alphas. These are from Pink Fresh Studio. This tag is also from Pink Fresh Studio. The paper and the washi and are from Pebbles collection of Cool Girl. The little enamel stickers are an American Crafts, I think a Maggie Holmes collection, and these pink number stickers are from Paper Person Shop. This was a old pocket card, I don't even remember from where, that I used my Avery tab punch to punch out, and then I used some small alphas from Heidi Swap to stamp the days. So day one, this is the only photo I have because it was mostly on the road, but our hotel was right across from this huge waterfront outdoor shopping area, which was really cool. That was restaurants and stores and all kinds of things. And there was this restaurant called Shorty's that we decided to take a picture of this duck, not really because of the restaurant, but because the duck was so cute. So I thought that was a great picture of Nora. And then these stickers and puffies and papers are all from that Cool Girl collection from Pebbles Inc. So day one, we drove 7 hours to Pittsburgh. Nora listened and watched the Eras Tour on repeat. Headphones equals blessing. Matt and I rocked out to classic rock, which was alternative music from our high school and college years. We checked into the Hampton and got Chipotle. We explored the shops at the waterfront like a big outdoor mall. And then day two, we woke early and dropped Matt off at work, then back to the hotel to hang out until after lunch. I drove Nora and I to the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh. All of the driving was an adventure on its own, which is so true. And I'll get into that a little bit more later. Nora, I wrote, you loved playing with color and the light table. So she did a lot of that. We spent a lot of time there. This is really cool. This is in that same room. That's coming from the ceiling. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in even more. And Nora and I were trying screen printing, which was really cool. And we were just having so much fun talking about the like recycled paper, newspaper that you used in order to make your screen print. And so I just put this favorite memory tag on top of the photo, and I wanted to keep it simple because I feel like the photos tell enough of the story without having to really add much. And this was upstairs, the very top level of the museum. This is Lily, the colorful brine shrimp. It's interactive art, and you jump on the mat and she moves. So that Nora had a lot of fun jumping up and down and making the little shrimp, I don't know what these are, things move. And then this is an old pocket card from an Ali Edwards story kit. And it says, We love the art studio. You and I tried printmaking by cutting designs from recycled newspaper and got to create a print on bright orange paper you chose. Later, we went back and made watercolor pictures. You found a cozy area and started to read to me a little spot of emotion. Again, still using the Pebbles ink collection here. So this is a watercolor paper I made, and then this is a watercolor Nora made, and I used those. I trimmed them down to make them into a pocket. This paper is from Allie Edwards also. I think the Rainbow Story Kit, or not Story Kit, the Rainbow Quarterly Scrapbook Kit. You played with this cool bird robot in the make shop. You programmed it to sing, light up, and move. So there's the little, I cut this down, there's the little bird robot, and that's her programming it on the computer or the tablet. And they had this giant like light bright board she was playing with. And then they had a whole bunch of original puppets from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I was so excited about it. And I wrote, Nora had no idea who this was, but I was freaking out over seeing this Daniel Tiger puppet OG from Mr. Rogers. So again, still using the Cool Girl collection. This, I made a whole bunch of photos put all together of Nora playing with a sand table and playing with these washers that she kept spinning up and watching come down. And she was just so excited at the noise it made. It was really sweet. And there's a huge water area. It was really cool. A whole floor of water, interactive stuff. So I wrote that you spent a good amount of time at the sand table and then playing in the water area. We were impressed by it all. And inside of this pocket that I made are the screen prints that we made. So I made this one and Nora made a peace sign, and it was really cool to do. And then I just cut this out of a pamphlet that talks about the Children's Museum of Pennsylvania. And those just tuck right inside. And then this is a card from Allie Edwards. Don't ask me what story kit, because I don't know. And it's just Nora climbing up this really cool structure to the top. I wrote, it's called the Limb Bender. Number 1, this huge structure was a 7-level wall stacked maze. Children enter at the lower level and can climb their way to the very top, which is what she did. So there she's climbing, and there she is all the way on the top floor. Number 3 says, we had a super busy and full afternoon of fun. You got to play with so many exhibits, a robot, sand, ice, water, climbing structures, and more. It was definitely challenging to drive through downtown Pittsburgh solo, and you did not want to leave, but we had to go pick up Daddy at work. And then this is another picture in the museum. And then another card from Allie Edwards that says, grateful for this delightful moment. That's Nora playing at the ice on the water level of the museum. And I just wrote, the water and ice area was fun. Lots of kiddos had bathing suits on so they could enjoy all the things. We spent a lot of time playing on this floor. The ice table was a first. We had to thaw our hands after. So funny. And then this I cut out of another Allie Edwards card, and then started using items from the Where to Next collection by Vicki Boutin. So I put scenic route because we were on a mission to find gluten-free soy sauce. We drove all over Pittsburgh in search of the elusive soy sauce, which we failed to pack. We did eventually, and it was worth the traffic for the sushi. And then that is just a view of us crossing one of the very many bridges from downtown Pittsburgh into the surrounding areas as we are traveling and trying to find the gluten-free soy sauce. And I just used this pocket to keep the card from the store or the restaurant, and then the little blind bag freebie thing she got from a Spy Family. So it's part of the way that this particular revolving sushi bar works. It became famous in Japan, and it has blown up. And so they are in America in certain major cities. And every time you feed this, like, there's like a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little, like hole in the side of your table there, and, or not table, like your wall, and you dispense the sushi plate when you're finished. And if for every 15 plates that you dispense, this giant machine up here, I don't know if you can see, has the balls, the blind bag balls, I guess you can call them, and they automatically, like, this little media clip plays, this little cartoon, and then it dispenses the ball. It comes out right down here, and that's what that was holding, was this little chain. Anya Forger from Spy Family. I have no idea. I guess it's like a big deal. Obviously, if you watch Hobonichi or follow Hobonichi, they released a whole collection around Spy Family. Big anime. I'm not into anime really, so I can't speak to it, but Nora doesn't care about it either, so she let me keep this. So that's her. And then you order the sushi right here, or you can choose from like, you know, whatever they send down the conveyor belt. But if you order, it comes down the top. It's really cool, and it stops right at your table. This is just a card that says living the good life, and then Nora pointing to her dessert. She got 2 of these mochi desserts. And then I journaled about how we got to sit and look at all the sites once we finally arrived. I talked about the sushi revolving, and then the screen, and the little toy that you got, and how all that worked. Then this is going on to day 3. So 5 random things about like our trip. I wrote 1, I've been keeping up with my workouts by doing Beachbody in the hotel room. 2, the weather is nicer here than it is in New York. New York has a snowstorm. Pennsylvania has lots of rain. 3, Matt had to meet his boss who's here in Pittsburgh, so he planned it for Nora's spring break so we could tag along. Thanks, Matt. 4, Pittsburgh has some of the craziest hills and random back roads. 1 minute you're driving in a suburb, then on a dirt road up a hill. 5, Nora and I had a lot of quality time while Matt was working. We had the best time, and both of our cups are overflowing. And then day 3, we decided Matt took the car, so we braved the rain and walked across from the hotel into the waterfront shops and decided to hit up Dave & Buster's and go shopping. So that's her winning tickets at Dave & Buster's. And then at Barnes & Noble, she was making this little puppet show. And if you follow me on Instagram, you should, because I pop on there every time I'm traveling and just share like vlog style videos in my stories. This was one of them. She was like making these 2 squirrels like talk, and it was nonsense, but it was really funny. So I took a still screenshot of that video and put it here. And then this was my favorite moment from the entire trip. And so I had to label it sweet moment. And I put this little sticker of Loli the Worm from Richard Scarry. So this was a book that my brother and I read with my mom almost every night for so many months, and we had it completely memorized, and on every page we would fight over who could find Goldbug, the little gold bug, first on each page. And Nora wanted me to read it to her, and she found Goldbug on all the pages, and it was just like so nostalgic and special. Then we went to Urban Air for the first time. We had bought a membership in our local Urban Air, which just opened up, but we didn't have a chance to go to it yet. So we decided to try it out down in Pittsburgh. It didn't get us in for free, but it got us a big discount because we were members already, and we had a lot of fun. So there's Nora like on the skateboard, pulling herself on the Sky Zone rope, whatever climbing apparatus you want to call it. These are embellishments from an old American Crafts thicker sheet that I think was designed by Amy Tangerine, because that looks like her handwriting. And this paper is still from the Cool Girl collection. Same with these. I just used my circle punch to punch out different sizes. I was going along with this page. I was just trying to kind of like go with the theme of circles. So I decided to create a column of circles here, and the pictures were small, so it worked really well. I'm sorry if you can hear Nora. We haven't started school yet, so she's home just like playing video chatting with her friend. So there she's up on that sky thing, climbing along the spider web. There's me and Nora on the zip line that you can do, which is really fun. And then I just labeled this the waterfront and talked about how, you know, we went shopping and went to Bath and Body Works and Ulta, Dave & Buster's, Barnes & Noble's, last stop at Starbucks. And I talked about this story. That's all that journaling for. Okay, day 4, Matt was done working, so we ended up staying in Action Night and doing the Carnegie Science Museum in downtown Pittsburgh. So I just put all of the, like, there's a 1 through 10, all the things that we saw, all the exhibits that we saw, and what they were. And this was from the pamphlet you got there. And then this is just another photo collage I made of Nora doing different things, doing the H2O exhibit. We saw like a lot to do with the space station and Mars and water. This paper and all these embellishments are from Vicky Bouton's Where to Next collection. this was really cool. In Bricksburg, we got to experience what an earthquake would be like on different levels, which was really neat. And then I had to put this picture in of Nora sitting on the toilet because this was talking about like conservation and water treatment and all that kind of stuff. And so I decided this will be future blackmail. As good moms do. And this is from the bracelet that we had to wear in the museum. So I just decided to use it as the tab. I thought that was kind of fun. And then I talked about this huge miniature railroad village, which was way bigger than this zoomed in house, which was one of the things Matt wanted to do, was go see the falling water at Mill Run. It was a Frank Lloyd Wright home that he built. He's a famous architect. And we didn't get time to go see it, but this was on the big exhibit. So I zoomed in on that and then just talked about it a little bit. Whoops. Then we decided to get dinner at this really fun place that was super delicious. And unbeknownst to me at the time, like kind of a historical restaurant. So it was called Round Corner Cantina. It has a new name now, but that's what it was called. It was a historical property with authentic, delicious Oaxaca-based dishes. Very good homemade tortillas. We got Brussels sprouts with ancho, agave, reduction, and goat cheese, crema. Oh my gosh, I ate almost this whole bowl by myself. Black beans, it was delicious. So there's part of our meal and my margarita, which was delish. And then another little pamphlet from the Carnegie Science Center. And then we did the Duquesne Incline, which was, this is a sticker I bought at the top of the incline. So you enter in here, this is the little station, and then you take the incline all the way to the top, which was really cool. And we wanted to explore more, but it started to hail while we were up here, so we weren't able to really walk around. Thank God we had brought our shells on this trip, but we didn't have umbrellas or anything. So there's Nora and Matt, and little, like, these embellishments were perfect for documenting this day, or this part of the day, from Vicky Bouton's collection. And that's a view of us like coming back down the hill. It was really cool. And you had the most beautiful views of Pittsburgh. So these are 2 postcards I got when I was there, and I journaled about the attraction, how it took coins only. You wait for the fare, and you wait for the bell to signal that it's safe to board. Talk about the wood benches we sat on, how you're surrounded by windows and you can see all sides, the views of Pittsburgh, and how we'd never experienced anything like it. And at the top, there was just that little like museum with history and all of the like souvenir type items. So that is why I got this and this. These were my 2 favorite postcards. I also got this sticker, and I was like, oh, it's about a 3x4 size. So I just stuck it in like this, and then used one of the pocket cards from Vicky Bouton and journaled about how we ended our day getting ice cream at Jenny's, which I know is like all over the US in different cities. And it was a really fun, but it was our first time, unique experience. I used, instead of pattern paper, I used the back of the Pittsburgh pamphlet to put all these photos on. And there's Nora with her ice cream, and they even give you free stickers. So these 2 stickers are from Jenny's. So I thought that was really fun to include. Then we left Pittsburgh and drove to Hershey and checked into a different hotel and did Hershey Gardens in the afternoon, which was beautiful. Again, I got a couple of postcards. This one, oh, maybe just one. Okay, I lied. Just one? Yeah. And then I made a bunch of photos of some of the things that we saw and did. And I journaled on the back. And then on the back of this postcard, I put another picture because Nora did get boba that morning. And then I just titled it A Collection of Moments. About how, you know, we took our time getting ready and checking out, and then got Nora boba, then checked into the new hotel, drove over to the gardens, went to the Butterfly Emporium, and I loved all the butterflies, but Nora was like freaking out for some reason, so we tried to make her stay in there as long as we could, but then finally she was just annoying me so much, Matt took her out, and I just enjoyed it by myself. So those are some photos from inside the Butterfly Emporium, and they're flying all around you, so I get it. It's not her favorite thing, but I loved it. You can see we have our winter coats on because it was so cold. And then we went to dinner. This was our best dinner find ever. Piazza Sorrento. It was like a gluten-free certified homemade Italian food, which is like one of the rarest things ever, right? Because if you think about Italian food, it's like all pasta and bread, which is mostly wheat. However, this was, you know, there was options to get gluten-free items. So Nora got gluten-free shrimp scampi. It was so good. Matt got ravioli, I think, and I got lobster shrimp pasta. It was so delicious. So good. And then, so day 6 is Hershey Park. So we went to Hershey Park for the entire day. We were there from open to close. It was kind of chilly, but we had so much fun because Nora is a huge roller coaster freak. So here I got 2 postcards. And the insides weren't like anything special, so I decided to make them into a pocket. They're literally just space for you to write inside. And I use this old like insert from Heidi Swap to put some of the photos from the day. So these are all the coasters we rode. This was a sticker I bought. This is when we first got there, we went on the Candemonium coaster, which was really, really fun. That was the first coaster we did. And then a couple of photos as we're about to board both the Sky Rush and then, I don't remember which one this was. I would remember if I looked. That was the, I think this was Storm Runner maybe? I can't remember. And then we were surprised because the zoo was part of our admission. So Nora didn't really want to do the zoo. She just wanted to do coasters, but we made her walk through because Matt and I wanted to see it. And our heads needed a break from all the upside down. So we walked through the museum. It was, the zoo. It was really cute. Zoo America. Because you can purchase tickets separately if you don't go to the park. But since you're part of the park, it's included, which was really neat. So Bobcat. And then these otters asleep were our favorite. We were freaking out, Nora and I. So, and then I just took this 3x4 card from Allie Edwards and used it to put on the back. Just for a little something. And then I just wrote, we drove from Hershey to the Poconos. This was day 7. We made a pit stop at the outlets and did a little shopping. Of course, Mama needed cozy clothes for post-surgery recovery. We made it home later that night. Fun trip. And then I just kept it really simple with this card that says, but hold me fast, because I'm a hopeless wanderer, Mumford & Sons. That's from Allie Edwards. And then I just wrote the end, and there's a picture of Nora sitting in the big chair at the outlets with her first ever pair of Lululemon leggings. So that is our spring break. It was packed full of fun. It was a week. Poor Matt, thanks for working, Matt. We had fun making memories, and I definitely loved working in this size. It was challenging. It was fun. I love being able to use a lot of my items. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I put this together and hearing about our trip. As always, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And please subscribe if you're not. It does help the channel. And like I said, follow me over on Instagram because that is another place where I share things that I don't share here, but also try to stay active in my stories as well. Like I said, leave a comment with questions or just let me know if you've ever been here or done any of these things or what you guys like to do for your spring break. And yeah, guys, that's it. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Truly appreciate your time. Take care of yourselves, friends. Remember that you are enough. And I love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.